Alrighty guys, as you can bring you guys another Dragon Ball Legends video. Today we are going to be talking about the Trunks and MAI assist unit. So yesterday we talked about Rose on Future and like his future on Future, right? And so today we're going to go ahead and be doing the same thing, but for this unit right here. So I saw you guys' comments, I read your comments. I like to read through all the comments and stuff like that. And on the last video, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people were more siding with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta because of the fact that you guys are going to have him at more stars because Rose is an LF unit, so he's going to be less likely to have at a higher amount of stars, especially if you're a free-to-play player, right? So that brings us to this debate right here with this guy right here. So I honestly, I like him. I'm not gonna lie, I do like him. I was a little bit underwhelmed by him, a little bit, right? That might just be me, but overall, I do like him. I think he has some of the cleanest animations in the game, but my one issue, the issue we're going to be tackling in this video is, does he have a guaranteed spot on Future? Which is, I think a lot of people are asking themselves that as well, right? So we're talking strictly about Future right here. Not because he also buffs, his Z ability buffs the tag Future, and it tags Vegeta Family, so I think that's important to note. A little bit, a part of me feels like this guy was meant for Vegeta Family, because we can actually go ahead and look at the Vegeta Family tag right now. Alright, so in terms of Vegeta Family, these are the only red Vegeta Family units that we have right here. So just a quick glance at this. Trunks is the newest unit on here. He is probably the most viable unit on here, right? Maybe you guys could argue that this guy right here, he at a Zenkai level 7, that he is the best red unit for Vegeta Family. But I don't know. I feel like he's a little bit aged, right? He doesn't even buff the Vegeta Family tag. He just buffs the Hybrid Saiyan tag, right? And so I feel like you guys would probably want to run this guy over that Trunks. Some people might even argue like, I'm gonna run this red unit over him as well because I have him at 14 stars. He pulls a blue card, he does some good stuff, he has card draw speed, all that good stuff. But for the most part, I think it's a no-brainer that if you have this guy at high stars or whatever, even if you have him at low stars, I've seen this man being ran on Vegeta Family, this guy is the designated red for Vegeta Family as of right now. It's definitely what I feel like right here, right? I wanted to see his Z ability buff a little bit more. I honestly thought we were in that era where these sparking units were going to be buffing 3 tags rather than 2, because a part of me wanted to see him buff Future, Vegeta Family, and girls, right? Because you guys might say like, why would he buff girls? Well, I could tell you why would he buff Vegeta Family. Mai's not necessarily part of the Vegeta Family either, right? Like she's not, I don't know, I guess you could say she is, but it's not like Vegeta's going around calling her like her daughter-in-law, or his daughter-in-law. So I don't know, I feel like if he could buff Vegeta Family, that he should have also been able to buff girls. I think that would have been interesting. I think that would have been a lot more fun to work around, and then I know some people, instead of girls, they wanted him to buff Hybrid Saiyans, which I could definitely see as well. Him having 3 buffs to tag would be amazing, right? I would actually love that. And, a lot of people thought this guy was going to be a support unit, myself included, but he is not. He's technically a melee type, but he's like a pseudo-support unit, right? Because we can go into his abilities right here, and he actually does this he does 10% to damage inflicted by ally tag Future or tag Vegeta Family for 10 timer counts every time this character uses a Strike or a Blast Arts card. And he also restores Ki by 30 when he is swapped to standby, so he does some good stuff there, right? Overall, I do think he has some supportive elements to him, but it looks like he's primarily a melee type because he does do good damage. Like if you get 2 green cards off with him, you do some really good damage. You do some really good stuff right there. You can recover your Vanish on your ultimate ability, and that's something else I wanted to talk about. So his ultimate ability, all right? This is like one of my biggest pet peeves about this unit. This is one of the biggest, like, my grievances with this unit is that, so for his ultimate, so if you guys didn't know, his ultimate, when it connects, it shortens your allies' tag Future or tag Vegeta Family substitution counts by 5, which is huge. Having reduction on sub counts is a massive boon to your entire team, and it's also very underrated ability in my own opinion. I feel like reducing sub counts is massive. Like you can control the game a lot differently if you have a sub count reduction on your team, right? And I feel like him only being able to get that on the hit with this ultimate really holds him back, because I don't like those kind of restrictions. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because even restoring his own Vanishing Gauge, like you guys can argue with me, but he restores his own Vanishing Gauge. It has to hit. It has to hit. If you, like, say you have no Vanish, like you sidestep an enemy attack and you go for this ultimate and you miss it and you're like, it's okay, I still got my Vanish back. No, that's wrong. that's you won't get your Vanish back. You're going to have to just suffer, and you're gonna have to take the hit. If you miss this ultimate, you're not getting any of these abilities right here. And so I feel like that's really, really like restrictive, and that really holds the unit back a lot. And I don't know, that's just me. I feel like it really does. It just, because you have units like Bardock, who doesn't even need to hit the ultimate to go ahead and restore his Vanish, right? You have units like Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who just has to tap the main ability to go ahead and get his Vanish back. You have other units that can do that as well. And then you also have units like the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the support unit, the range support pseudo unit that's like 8 months old, the one that I was comparing to just in the last video with Rose, is that on main ability, he just reduces sub counts on the main ability, right? If we look at this guy's main ability, I mean, it's not bad. You draw the ultimate, you restore your own ki by 20, and you get 30% ultimate damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Not bad at all. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just like, I feel like he could be doing a lot more. We're at the point where this guy should be probably outshining the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in terms of his supportive capabilities, right? And then, so that brings me to my next point, is I feel like the biggest weakness of this unit. Alright, so for my final points, we have the future, future pulled up right here, the future tag, the future red units in particular, and you have a couple good options here, right? You have a couple good options. You have, I would say you have three good options. I would say it's these bottom three right here, which is the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who's a little bit aged. He came alongside the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but wasn't necessarily as good as him. He's still good. Like, to this day, I think he's still decent, right? He's nothing broken. And then you have this Revival Cell, which I feel like is Cell's mortal enemy. Not Cell, Trunks' mortal enemy, and he's just, you know, it's ironic to say that because he is an android, you know, he definitely, like, he put Trunks through a lot of torture, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like Trunks is not replacing this man. If you guys go into the Game Press tier list right now, this guy is like high S tier, or like he's like mid to high S tier, and I completely agree with that. This guy is actually insane. One of the main reasons why he's insane is because he has an endurance factor that's completely uncancelable. If you guys don't know, this guy is otherwise known as the Revival Cell, because once you take out his first life, he comes back even stronger, even better, at completely full health. Right, completely full health. None of that, like where these other endurance units, they'll come back with like less than half of their health. None of that. He comes back with completely full health, and no one can cancel that. Like Rose, he cancels endurance. He cannot cancel this one. This cell has uncancelable endurance, and that is something that is completely exclusive to this character. No one else in the game has that just yet, right? Just him. That's a unique mechanic that only he possesses, and it's one of the reasons why he is still S tier to this day, even though he came out when Majin Vegeta came out. He came out alongside the Majin Vegeta, and he's shown that he's better, right? He's aged a lot better than he did, right? In pure Cell fashion, right? Because Yellow Cell, he was around for a very long time too, so I think it's only fitting that this guy is going to be sticking around for a very long time too. And so that it brings me to like the conclusion that I can't see Trunks getting a guaranteed spot over this Cell. This Cell does so much. Like, he has like the Dragon Ball, like, or he has the Rising Rush control, right? Because if you are facing this guy on the enemy team, you know that you cannot just throw your Rising Rush out all just silly-nilly, right? Because if you do that, then there's a possibility that he's going to come in, he's going to take it with his first life and come back even better. You're basically throwing away your Rising Rush so your opponent can get a better unit overall, right? And then he also, how we were just talking about that sub count thing, is that he also has that sub count reduction going on purely for himself, but still very huge nonetheless. So what he does is he shortens own substitution count by 1 every time another battle member is hit with an enemy strike, blast, or special move arts attack, and that activates 10 times. And so this effect will activate even after transforming, all that good stuff, right? So you can you really have like that sub count manipulation right here. So you can go ahead and tank ultimates with this guy on his first life. You can take Rising Rushes with him on his first life. Anything that's going to be absolutely detrimental to your team, this guy's going to go ahead and be there to take it. He's like your little angel. He's like your guardian angel, like literally. It's crazy too, because I can't see Trunks having that same amount of value. I definitely need to know what you guys think about this. Because even it's just like, this guy's older, right? This guy's older. He's been on a lot of banners. You guys are probably going to have him at a higher amount of stars. I have this guy at Red Star 2, and that's I did put Z power into him initially, but he's just been on a lot of banners. Like, I've pulled him a lot since then. And then this guy, I got him at 6 stars. I pulled 2 copies of him, and then I put some Z power into him as well. But it's just like, dude, like look at this, man. It's just a Red Star 2 unit versus a 6-star unit. I think even if they were at an equal amount of stars, I would still bring Cell over the Trunks. Unless you want to bring in a double red-green setup, but even then, it's still kind of iffy, right? It's still kind of iffy. I definitely do think Cell is the better option here. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I just think that Cell is too good on Future. That might just be me. That might be a little bit of bias because I've been using this guy for so long on my Future team, on my Powerful Opponent teams. But to give myself a little bit of credit here, I've used this guy a lot as well. I've been playing him alongside Rose. I've been playing him on Vegeta Family. I've been doing all the whole 9 with him, and I do like him. I definitely do like him a lot, but it's just like Cell just feels so much better. He just feels so much better. He feels like he's going to be a lot better on your team overall. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop on out of here. Like I said before, definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!